Evening, everybody. It's 6:17, and this is your closing comment for today, Wednesday, the 13th of April. And it is video number 1233. And I remind you, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get everything. I, in fact, put out a second video today on our corn trade. Okay, so yesterday was CPI, which was a record. And today was PPI, which was also a record. Today's number, however, was met with, I guess, the best way to put it is the market was pleased with it. Wasn't as horrendous as it seemed to be. And so we didn't have the kind of up and down day. We had a day where we actually had started a little on the downside in the futures, and by the time the market opened, we were higher, and that's where we spent the entire day. Dow was up 344, 1%. NASDAQ was up 272 and change. That was over 2%, and that was the leader in the group. And market internals were pretty strong there, 3-1, both on the NYSE and the NASDAQ. S&P was up 49. The Russell was up 38, and the Dow Transports, which has really gotten trashed lately, was up almost 2%, up 288. As far as stocks go, JP Morgan with a miss this morning. Stock was trading around 128, closed today 127.24, down 430 or 3.3%, and that was a new 52-week low. PayPal also on the downside, 105.17, down 308 or 2.85 on their CFO leaving and going to Walmart. Delta had an earnings beat and good guidance, and the stock closed 4102, up 240. That's almost exactly where it was pre-market. And little VERU that I've been writing about for a week. The stock has gone from 2 to 10, and it was yesterday. It closed at 10, down 2. It had started around $4 and change, and had hit about 14 the day before yesterday. Today made another new high, 1678, and it closed 1650, up 650 or 65%. And that one is a very interesting deal. It is not a meme stock. They actually have something, and it has worked out really well. Of course, there's always going to be profit taking, so it didn't really disturb me that it pulled back as much as it did. But their drug has cut deaths from COVID in hospitalized patients. So really strong. Okay, today, this chart on the screen is corn. And we bought the corn today at the low or just off the low and riding this 5-day moving average, which we crossed through. This is where I wanted to start to buy it. We actually sold our old position in the April options that expire tomorrow, and today we added the Mays. I think we paid $1.20 for them, and I believe they closed at 140, 137 after being as high as 1.5. This is a new closing high for this move. There are a couple of old highs in the neighborhood of $8 and change. I'll show you. Okay, this was a high of, I believe it was 890, 849. This is a high around 8. This is a high around 8. So we've consolidated across, and of course the big influence here is the Russia-Ukraine situation, because Ukraine is called the breadbasket of Europe. 30% of the world's grains come out of Russia and Ukraine. What I like about this is that we broke above these highs, and now we have spent 7 weeks consolidating above the breakout. And today, as I said, this is a new closing high for this recovery, and I expect it to accelerate out of here. We're also in the silver, which was higher today, along with the gold. These numbers that we got today are highly inflationary. Yesterday, everybody was talking about inflation, peak inflation. Today's number says that's not the case. Um, we have not seen peak inflation. There are some issues like car prices that are starting to come down, but wages will not come down. And gas prices may come down a little, but it's unlikely anything happens other than a short term move back to the downside. The reason for that being we're taking this oil out of the strategic reserve, but the fact of the matter is, our refineries are operating at 92%. So, regardless of how much oil there is, the distillates still have to be refined from crude, and that's not happening anywhere fast. This is the crude, and as you can see, we came right back down to the same area, the point of breakout here at 95, where we rallied up to 130, came back down 93, 94, rallied back lower high 116 and change, came back down to 95 and are starting up. Now, if we continue up from here, I'm going to guess we're going to be in the 112 and a half, 115 area in short order. All right, everyone, there you have it. Oh, one more mention, Bitcoin. Bitcoin had its first really nice day in quite a while, after being down pretty dramatically of late. Uh, as you can see, we came down from this recovery high at 48,000 and change, and we were sitting right around 40,000. This day we actually closed 39,290. That was the day before yesterday. This was today, and tonight we are also up a little. But today's action was 1,830 to the upside. Should be a little bit of supply up here at 43 to 45,000, but we'll have to see. This seems to be moving along with the QQQs. Risk on is risk on everywhere, I guess. All right, everyone, have a good evening. I'll be back in the morning. Tomorrow we have retail sales, claims, consumer sentiment, import export prices, and business inventories.